Welcome back to Easy Ayurveda classes, and today we will be learning the Rachana Sharira, that is anatomy, and the concept is the respiratory system. And in this video I will be covering introduction of the respiratory system and two organs, that is the phyrnax and another one will be larynx. Only these two organs will be covered in this video. If it goes lengthy, I will make this video as part 1 and part 2. If it goes short, it will be continued in the same video, and remaining will be in my next video. And any one of the system, they will ask for the 10 marks, and respiratory system, which is most important, fixed, they'll ask for 5 marks. If not 10 marks, they'll definitely ask. If they ask for 10 marks, don't forget to draw the diagrams for anything. Draw diagrams which gets more marks to you. So let's start the respiratory system. Respiratory system contributes to homeostatistics by functioning for exchange of gases. So homeostasis means maintaining the internal constant body temperature. What? Internal body temperature. Internal body temperature is maintained. No, that process is known as the homeostatistics. So that by functioning the exchange of the gases, that means by exchanging of the gases, it helps in the body maintenance. This is the definition. Next parts, respiratory system consists of the parts. Those are nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchia and lungs. Write this. After this, it is divided into upper respiratory and lower respiratory. So do like this. After writing respiratory system, put a column like this. It is mainly divided into upper respiratory system and lower respiratory system. So what all the organs that comes under the upper respiratory systems are the nose, pharynx and associated structure. That means only first one and second one comes under the upper respiratory system, and remaining are the larynx, trachea and bronchia and the lungs, that comes under the lower respiratory system. So write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4 below LRS. Then write larynx, trachea, bronchia and the lungs. This looks very much clear and attract to the examiner who checks your paper. So this much will be the introduction part for the any respiratory system questions comes. That means about trachea, lungs, larynx and pharynx. This much will be the introduction part. Next we'll move on to the first part of the organ, that is the pharynx. So in Sanskrit it is called as the grasanika. So pharynx, first one will be the definition. So what is pharynx? Pharynx is the funnel shaped muscular tube. See, funnel shaped muscular tube means this is the funnel shaped muscular tube. This is known as the larynx, and it is behind the nose, mouth and pharynx. To understand this, see this diagram. What behind nose? This is the pharynx. The reason it is present behind the nose and the mouth. Next one will be the larynx, and this part will be the larynx. So tube behind the nose, mouth and larynx, nasopharynx is present. Next put side heading as the size and dimension. Put it as 12 centimeter long, and next heading will be the relation. Third, how much ever you put the headings or subtopics, that marks are going to fetch you in the exams, because examiner doesn't read all your answers. He just go on with your subheadings. So relations, put relation. First is superiorly what is present. See, if it is the pharynx region, this is pharynx region, what is present. No, this is all pharynx region. Superior means upper part is there, will be the sphenoid and the occipital bone, which are in the skull region. And inferiorly, that means the below part, level of the C5 and 6 cricoid cartilage, means larynx is present at the level of the C5 and C6 inferiorly. Next posteriorly means backward, means here this backward. So is present cervical vertebra is present posteriorly. Just imagine, you'll get to know. Anteriorly it is connected with the nasal cavity, oral cavity and pharynx. That means in front it is connected to nasal canatum, that means nose. Front part is nasal cavity, back part is cervical vertebra, and upper part will be the occipital and temporal, occipital and sphenoid bone, and the lower part is connected to larynx, that is at the C5 and C6. This is important. So 3 subheadings over. What is definition, size, and next one is the relation. Next we'll move on to the parts of the larynx. Remember this diagram, which is very important. Draw this diagram in exam, which will give the fetch you more marks. Next, parts of the larynx. Anatomically, it can be divided into 3 parts. Those are the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. How it is divided? See here, it is the nasopharynx, first one. Second one will be the oropharynx. Next part, naso, oro, and last part, which is near to the larynx is that is known as the laropharynx. Which is near to the nose, it is known as the nasopharynx. Which is near to the oral cavity, that is known as the oropharynx. If you write this much also for parts of the pharynx, that is much more enough. Next we'll move on to the what are the parts that are present in each, that is nasopharynx, oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. For nasopharynx, that is the upper part of the pharynx. What you observe now, behind the nose, it has 5 openings. What are those openings? Openings of the 2 internal nares, that means from the nose 2 internals opening will come, and 2 auditory tubes, that is from the ear, and opening from the oropharynx is 1, that means from the oral cavity. From mouth 1, from ear 2, and 2 internal nose cavity. So total 5 openings are present in the nasopharynx. Next one is the oropharynx. Here it is the middle part of the pharynx, that means after the nasopharynx, what it is comes is the oropharynx, which is the middle part, and it is situated behind the oral cavity. After the oral cavity it is situated, so it is known as the oropharynx. So there will be, if it is the oropharynx, upper part is connected to, see here also, oropharynx, upper part is connected to nasopharynx, and lower part is connected to laryngopharynx. So if it is connected, if oropharynx want to connect to the nasopharynx, it has to be connected with the something connection structures, that is known as the isthmus. So what kind of isthmus? That is known as the nasopharyngeal isthmus. So upper end is connected with the nasopharynx by nasopharyngeal isthmus, and the lower end into the laryngopharynx at the level of upper one. Lower end is connected to the laryngopharynx at the epiglottis. Third means where it is MCQ's question, where does the epiglottis is present? That is the third cervical vertebra. It is very important. They asked in 2023 and 24 paper at which vertebra the epiglottis is present. That it will be the third cervical vertebra. Next one is the palatal tonsils are present lateral wall of the oropharynx. That means in the oral cavity tonsils are present. Where? Along the lateral side. See, if it is a mouth, along the lateral side, these 2 sides tonsils are present, and lymph nodes are present in this tonsil. That lymph node structure is known as the Valdier lymphatic drain. In tonsils you will observe lymph node, and that node structure or what system it is there, that is known as the Valdier's lymphatic system. Now next we'll move on to the laryngopharynx. It is the lower part of the pharynx situated behind the larynx. Behind the larynx means it is present behind the larynx. If it is larynx, behind laryngopharynx is present. It extends from epiglottis to cricoid cartilage, that is C3 through C6 vertebra. Important, just remember till C6 vertebra laryngopharynx is present. Next, muscles of pharynx, important. How many muscles are there? First one, superior constricted muscle. Second one, middle constrictor muscle. Third one, inferior constrictor muscle. Just remember superior, middle, and the inferior muscle. Next, functions of these muscles means swallowing and unidirectional flow of the air and food. This is due to the pharynx muscles. Next, arterial supply of the pharynx include, first one is the pharyngeal artery, that is branch of the external carotid artery. Only first major carotid that comes from the heart upper, that is known as the the upper part and lower part, and what is could come down will be the carotid artery, and from this branch of artery that supplied to the pharynx is known as the pharyngeal artery. You remember the first one and last one, lingual artery, which supplied to the tonsils are there, no? For that this artery is important. Next, venous drainage will be internal jugular vein or the facial vein. Nerve supply, these subheadings are very important, don't forget. So, nerve supply is mandibular nerve or glossopharyngeal nerve. Of course, if it is supplying for the pharyngeal, glossopharyngeal nerve should supply for the pharyngeal pharynx structure. Next, clinical notes includes tonsils, and tonsils are the main clinical structure. Put as the heading clinical notes. So that is the tonsils is the most common. Next, if pain in the ears, as the glossopharyngeal nerve supplies in the both ears. This is the second one. Second one, clinical notes. This much is the pharynx. As it is video is become already 10 minutes, so larynx will be explained in my next video. Please go and check out in my playbox. If you liked my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. It takes much more effort for me to create videos for you, and consider my little effort, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.